Diddy sold me to his sugar daddy and I barely managed to escape from there. Diddy and his sons tortured me a lot. I'm going to file a case against them. When Diddy adopted me, I was very young, but Diddy used to kiss me. He used to take me to his parties, and what I saw there is beyond description. Diddy used me.
So things have been getting very complicated following Diddy's recent trials, where a verdict that charges him no less than a couple years behind bars was reached. People are not happy about it. And word on the street is that they've prompted his adopted daughter, Ava Baroni Combs, to speak her truth, and she's allegedly out to expose the family. First of all, everybody found it weird that despite all the heinous crimes and allegations on Diddy, there were only a handful of witnesses that took the stand against him. A lot of people believed that witnesses would be trooping in by the minute for his case, but that didn't happen. The reason why this is absurd is because when you start to consider the number of lawsuits that have been filed on this man over the years, not to mention the allegations, the ones that were buried, the ones that made it out to the media, and the ones that were downright ridiculous, people expected him to face more charges than what he got and what he got away for. Individuals like Jaguar Wright, who for a long time has been on the tails of not just Diddy, but Jay-Z as well, was expected to take the stand.
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different.
For years, even before Diddy's house got raided, and the truth about his freak-off parties came to life, Jaguar has been prophesying about the nasty things that he gets to. So naturally, people considered that she knew way too much to not be called onto the witness stand, but she wasn't. There was also the whistleblower Ally Carter. In every single video where she exposed Diddy and his cohorts, she would be seen visibly shaken by the experience, which she claimed to have witnessed firsthand.
I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors, and a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night when the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors, and then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state.
Every time the expression on her face and the pauses she made in her testimony reflected some sort of horror which she alleged to have gone through at the hands of Diddy and other underground Hollywood elites. Men and women whom she mentioned were involved in rituals and all sorts of demonic acts in order to stay younger and keep dominating the industry. But like Jaguar Wright, when it came down to it, Ally Carter was nowhere to be seen. As a matter of fact, she went completely off the radar until after the trial was over, and she has not been heard from ever since. But let's forget about Jaguar and Ally Carter for a minute. The one person's testimony that people eagerly looked forward to and strongly believed was going to put a stamp on Diddy's fate once and for all was his adopted daughter, Ava Baroni Combs. In the slightest chance that you do not know who this is or might have forgotten. Back in 2020, while the world stayed quarantined from the pandemic, live streams rapidly became a source of entertainment and a way to stay relevant. And Diddy wasn't above joining the trend back then. So he hopped on a live stream where he announced that he had adopted a young white girl by the name Ava Baroni Combs.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Ava, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids, Charlize Theron. Everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock, I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
The whole thing was completely out of the blue and had an air of suspicion to it, because first of all, and these are points that have been pointed out by people over the years. First off, Ava was initially going to introduce herself by her zodiac sign, as is common on dating sites. She also gave a very vague explanation of how she got into the Combs family, mentioning that Diddy picked her up from the streets and invited her to come in. No mentions were made of her family, where she came from, if she was neighbors with them, school friends of the twins, nothing. Even more weirdly was when Diddy mentioned how he adopted Ava. The same way Madonna adopts kids, which might I add is not the best model for this scenario. Madonna might have been seen as a saint to the general public, but rumor has it that most of the kids she took in were forcefully removed from their homes. Best case scenario, their families were paid off into letting them go. So again, not the best of comparisons here. An unlikely person, though, who took a stand against Diddy was his former bodyguard, Gene Deal. The two of them had a fallout over issues that still remain largely unknown. Whether Gene got tired of all the lies and secrets or Diddy was going to diffify him, we do not know for sure. However, Gene spilled some major tea after he stopped working for Diddy. He mentioned that the freak-offs were real, and not only were there questionable attendees on the younger spectrum of the age bracket. Diddy's own mother, Janice Combs, even participated in them and was in full support of the nasty acts that went down.
But why you believe she knew about the freak-offs?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips?
Yeah, I remember that video.
Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time?
Yeah, I did notice that, yup.
That's from the Diddy freak-off party. And I'm gonna say allegedly.
Now, if Mama Diddy actively knew about these freak-offs and still showed up in court holding her grandkids' hands like she was a saint, then that's just crazy. Anyway, the point of this video is that Ava Baroni Combs is going viral for finally publicly making claims that Diddy took her away from her home and forced her into questionable acts. Whether or not this is the actual Ava Combs making these claims has not been confirmed yet. The reason being that there have been one too many young girls that have shown up claiming to be Ava. And again, it's really hard to say who's who, because an older version of Ava hasn't been seen for a while, so nobody knows exactly what she looks like these days. In the meantime, here's what a couple people have to say about this situation. This person said, Dirty Diddy needs to stay in jail without bail for life. And the rest of the cult belongs in jail without bail for life. Ava was underage and passed around. This is so sad. Where are the children? Sending prayers for Ava. Sending prayers for all of the victims and the people Dirty Diddy had unalived. Rest in peace, Kim Porter. Another added, Diddy said she had loving parents. Then this young girl said she was on the streets. Make it make sense. And finally, I've been saying that Quincy should definitely be in prison for Ava, but we would like to know what y'all think about this. Do you believe that that was the real Ava in the first clip spilling the tea about what Diddy did to her? For all we know, this might be the work of AI, but nothing has been ruled out just yet. So y'all let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and watch this next video, cause it is just as messy.